the village boy growing up. Came to the city, joined the University of Nairobi.
You came to the city for the first time to join campus?
But that's it. Jose ni ule. I mean, when it's all said and done, you're still the brother, you're still the husband, you're still the friend. The guys who tunatoka nao kampo, hao ndo tuna hang out today, you know.
My name is Reverend Carole Kiamah, and these are Thoughts of a Shaken Pastor Season 3. Over the last decade or so, there are so many well-known believers who have chosen to walk out of faith and deny their relationship with Jesus Christ. And this got us thinking, what are some of the things that would make somebody who has held on to faith for such a long time decide that what they believe is no longer true? This God of the mountain, is he God still in the valley? And today we want to talk actually about something different. We want to talk about success, because we realize that not very many people are able to navigate success and still stay true to faith.
And in nursery school, I'd actually come to Barracks, where I did my nursery school, a bit of class 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I started being very tricky as a young kid. Jangili ule wa
Mtaa.
as you might put it, And to probably save me from getting lost, I was thrown to Lodwar, to Carole, a place called Lokichar.
Oh.
Crazy, yeah? So I'm a desert kid. Did my desert life for up to class 8. That's when I did my primary school. I then went to Kericho for high school.
At least some cool place.
In fact, I'd been called to Lodwar High School. Have you ever begged your parents? I've done my prison time. Guantanamo Bay. So, God had my cries.
Amen.
Yeah. And I was sent from extremely hot weather conditions to rainy part of the Kenya Highlands, Kericho, Lutein High School, bid for 1 to Form 4. Then I was called to the University of Nairobi to study a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics. So while at campus, did my BSc Mathematics, did a bit of CPA there, CPS while at it, try to consolidate my standing so that when I go to the job market, you're always standing ahead of the impact.
Yeah.
And one thing I normally say, the most beautiful thing that happened to me in campus is one Brenda.
Hey, Brenda. You met in campus?
Met in the second year of campus. And the rest, as they say, is history. 4 kids later, been married.
Amen.
And it's been a blessing.
Amen.
Yeah.
And how did you get into faith?
So while I was actually, my mom was born an Anglican. My mom was was a lay reader in church. Back at home, to do Sunday school and all that. So grew up in the faith, but not really. I wouldn't say that I was actually born again Christian, because I had not proclaimed that Jesus Christ is the savior of my life. And until I actually met Brenda. And this girl who is serving in ICC. And she had a huge influence on me during that time. And somehow led me to know Christ much deeper. And I think around second year, third year, I actually gave my life to Christ. It's been a fantastic walk together.
Yeah, because most people actually get into campus born again and get confused. So it's so nice to hear about people who got into campus and then met the Lord there. Okay, and you've been a friend of the Lord since
through and through, and you actually see the difference when you're in Christ and when you're not giving your life to Christ. And there's favors that come with it. There's a higher power that takes care of you. and it's been an awesome journey, serving the Lord, going through marriage, having God as the center of our marriage, bringing up our kids in the same was strong in a Christian background. So I can say it's been amazing, and we still uplift him as the center of our home, as the center of our marriage, feel especially.
After Form 4, I was a milk vendor. I didn't want to go to campus.
I started with a bicycle, go to another village, buy at 5 bob a cup. I go to a peri-urban center, sell for 10 bob a cup.
Wow.
Percent.
Profit.
Wow.
Yeah, my friend.
This hill, it was sweat, blood, and tears. Because by scale, it was kilometers that I would cycle. And the liters kept growing. So, the way you have this Black Mamba bike, kwa area uko na moja with liter hapa, moja imehangi side na moja imehangi side. Unaenda bana, utasika kwa hiyo. It's like, utaiduka. It was such a good experience. I outgrew that. I had a motorbike.
Allah, those days.
Liters grow,
Oh God, this is good.
So I did that up to an extent of, I think I was burning like 200k a month.
Ati?
200,000 Kenya money bomb.
No kaenda shule.
Nikauliza baba yangu, Mr. Choge, said, yeah, do I have to go to camp? What do I camp after do? Where am I going? Na do ishakuja mapema.
Ishakuja, my friend.
He said his own wisdom, it's really talked to me. Said, you go to Campo. After getting your degree and whatever, if you want to come back and sell your milk, it's fine. So of course,
Ukafunga duka.
Kafunga maji. Nikaenda campus. Maybe in retrospect, maybe he was right in terms of the path my career has taken. So in Campo, even while I was doing my vending of milk during that period, I would do CPA as a course before I joined Campo, because I knew either way I'll need this financial acumen if I'm going to do business or as a propellant to my career. In case somebody asked for an extra document, no, unaweza kuwa wawili wao na English moja mwingine na asitoa mimi natoa. Yeah, napelekana. I told myself, this market, where I've reached in terms of experience, I need some extra edge or something, So if I went to, first of all, I want international experience, so working in a different country. That would be something probably good for my CV. I don't know when, but I think it would be good for my CV. Then number 2, a French-speaking country. I mean, you've done all in Anglo for all my life. Try something new. It's crazy new step. Let's go try. You never know. You might acquire that language and all that, and it may be useful for another role
in the future.
We told Hearts to have an extra badge. Gabon.
That's where you went to Gabon.
Landed in Gabon. I don't speak no French. People are talking French, and I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? Mimi na Google Translate hapo. Natembea. And I'm say, week 1, nimeenda super, natafuta kuku. Kuku inaitwa poulet. Sasa ndio najua. Sasa sipo najua poulet ni nini. Hii nimeenda kwa super niangalie kitu inabaki kuku. Nikaitoa lakini nashangaa kuku za huku ni ndogo aje. So I take my ticket. When I start chinjai, but it looked like hii ni ndege. But anyway, kuku made, hii ni dunia ingine. Let's try this. Then a friend of mine comes and says, hey, Jose, I didn't know you like quails.
Wow. What?
Oh. Dege. So wow. So that was a very good experience. Met to interact with people of different culture. The French and the Anglo, totally different. Cool. You tend to appreciate people different. Stare, they don't like any. This crazy life of ours in Nairobi. It's called do some more. Do some more is for your point. It's very slow. Do some more. So it's a culture I had to adapt.
To learn.
You know, initially supposed to be 2 years. My family was here. So after 2 years, now that is when I started now missing home. Because when I came, Kimberly's walking. I come back again, she's talking. And I come, Kevo is born. I'm missing all these milestones, yeah? And so third year, there's no role for me to come back home to. Fourth year, there's no role for me to come back to. That's when I started working outside. And I don't know, favor, like you said. It's just favor, because even the role I came back to, I didn't apply. Somebody picked me from LinkedIn, did an interview via video. They flew me in to IPS, part of the other fan group. And voila, I got a role to look after the telcos in Uganda, Tanzania, and Burundi. Just like that. Just when I was at the brink of
Quit here.
Yani, I can't do this anymore. For me, I normally say I don't want to succeed in everything. You call me MD, you call me, I don't know, chairman, you call me wherever I've succeeded in your corporate life, but I say it at home. Then for me, it's say. That's my yardstick, say. So I had to, either way, at the phone, I was coming home. In fact, I got that job after, I didn't know what to do in the job, but I had cooked the site. I was coming home. I was already, I think later when I was here, I just ran an interview. And somebody said, because it's part of the group, I need to give you another cent. That's how Peptime came.
Okay.
Same group. So I went to Peptime, and my predecessor, much older, in Boom. So that was my proper CEO role, I can say. And you know me, Pastor Carole, I am me. Vile niko tu ndaka. How I interact with my people, you will never know that this is the office of the CEO or this is. Wait a minute. Nimekuwa hapo jiji, yani ile tuko sawa, and we are brothers, we are sisters. Vile iko, and we rally together for a common cause. And one thing I think God has really blessed me, I must say, is to have that, that thing of rallying people behind a cause. So you don't have to be an expert in doing something, but you as a leader, can you be able to bring out the best in people? Because even when things are shining, Richard Dow, new products are coming out, you're winning in the marketplace. Orchid Valley was not known by anyone. Orchid Valley becomes almost a
brand.
Strong brand. Should be able to do that. But as a leader, you provide autonomy and empowerment to it. You trust your team to let them be and bring out the best in them. And when they are enjoying what they're doing, they excel in what they're doing, and we all shine. In the end, right? Yeah, so it was an amazing experience for me. Looking at it and looking at what I've read in the past about leaders and everything, I think I ran it differently. I ran it differently, and I still do today differently.
It's not you. Sometimes if I'm a cabinet secretary today, for example, all the accolades or salutes or even the president of the country, it's not for you, it's for that position. And as long as you know that, and don't allow it to swallow your head, then you'll always, no big deal. It's just an office. It probably gives you some privileges here and there to go with. But that's it. When it's all said and done, you're still the brother, you're still the husband, you're still the friend. The guys who tunatoka now campo, how do hang out today, Yeah, same. Nothing has changed. Nothing should change. I think it's a deliberate thing, and to know that And even just think beyond, if that office was not there, would Jose still be the same Jose tomorrow? No, nothing is permanent in life. Yeah. So for me, it's a conscious choice.
And how do you manage? I mean, let's be honest. A lot of, and I like what you said that, you didn't come from a wealthy family, so daddy didn't take you to his friend who was so and so and so and so, alafu ukajipoxiwa job na ukaingia. How have you kept the faith? How have you not gotten swallowed up? A lot of people, there's a lot of kickbacks where you're sitting, there's a lot of opportunity for quick gain, for corruption, for how do you stay above board? What has kept you above board?
There are things that should define you as a person, as a leader in whatever you do. And one of the things that is key, and even Jesus portrayed this, is integrity. As long as people know
this is a man of integrity, even them coming to propose
becomes an issue.
You've already set the boundary ab initio. It's a discussion we cannot have. Okay? And if there are any such instances where somebody thinks they can be able to, come in this way, you show example through that person. To just send a message. To be very clear. Because you can easily be
bought.
Yeah, you can easily be bought. Everyone thinks that because you're here, me and you can do a deal, blah, 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 so that you benefit, we benefit, blah, blah, blah. And there's this narrative, especially for the young guys, and it's our time to eat. Whatever. You don't get these positions forever. Just forever. It's, maximize and all that stuff. I want to sleep at night. Yeah, I want to sleep at night. When I'm old and retired, when I look at my few cows or the business we've managed to build with Brenda, or look at our children, and I'm proud. I'm proud of the journey I walked. I know God is proud of me, and I can breathe, I can walk. I don't have to look back, who is this, or which files are going to be opened, or which case is going to be done,
I've watched a couple of my friends and people that I've known who, after a while, begin to feel like their faith stands in the way of their corporate advancement. And like it's almost this secret or this. And I know you've been open about your faith, even just doing these interviews, being open about your faith. Has the fact that you're a Christian hindered you? Or how have you managed that, that people don't take you like, oh, okay, I know God is not a cake, but like, please, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do you manage that?
Actually, today, if they see somebody young professing God, it actually, I think it's cooler. It's cool, and it's even helped, hinder those people who might have, those things that I was talking about, the coming with the ulterior motives or anything like that. They're already kept at bay because they know what this guy stands for. Yeah. I think it's actually helped more than hindered anything. It's gone. It's, going to meetings, we start with prayer, things like that. And people know this is a God-driven center. God is at the center of our growth. He's on, pushing us to wherever we want to be. And it actually makes even other young guys want to, be a part of this. Yeah. So it's actually, it's been good influence to even the teams. So for me, it has done even more good than you would think it would hinder. Probably if it there was religious conflict, probably doing a deal, business deals with, say, somebody from a different religion or something like that. No. I think it's been favor after favor.
So you've
as a
not
result.
been ashamed of the
Yeah,
gospel.
yeah.
Amen. Amen. Let me ask, what is there like a specific song or a specific theme verse that has helped you just center you? Because I like what you said, that at the end of the day, these are jobs that come and go. They don't define who you are. And I think your faith is something that you live with posthumously even.
Yeah.
Because if we believe what we believe, then we know that we'll be here longer. I mean, after we pass on from there, then we're going to really our home, and all these are just platforms to be vessels of God.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there like a specific verse or a specific song that carries you or encourages you?
Yeah. You know, I normally say we've not arrived. Huh? We are still going
Hujafika.
and we are still growing. Yeah. And in Jeremiah 29:11, God said, I know the plans I have for you. You know, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. So my future, if you think I've arrived, bado.
Amen.
Kuna favor and there's more favor to come.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Wow. And what would you like to tell a young person listening? A young upcoming leader.
Yeah.
And maybe before that, sorry, and I know we are wrapping up, but maybe before that, how has it been leading young? How has it been leading young? Because I know, like when I look at our political background, we talk a lot about young leaders, but we talk about people in their 60s,
Yeah.
like our president, with all due respect, they talk about him like a young tack. And I'm like, you're not a young tack, my brother, you're even older than I am.
Yeah.
So how has it been like leading young?
I think it's been to a great advantage, especially in terms of succeeding even in the marketplace. Because the younger you are, the more you're with it.
True.
And the more you understand even your market, the millennials that are coming up, you speaking to the wiser older folks, you understand their tastes and all that. So for me, it's been more of an advantage. You can today digital is becoming a very big thing. I think the much older generation will not understand this. For example, Peptang, we grew Peptang on digital, to be where it is, where at least we left it, and I think it's at a good place to explode into something much more bigger. So, I mean, just being with that has really helped propel that, and there's nothing to fear as a young person that you can, as long as you respect. I respect, and I was taught that by my parents, and growing up in the Sunday school, watu wazima na waheshimu sana. Yeah, so my respect will always be there and everything. But in terms of, as long as you know and understand your subject matter, and you are able to argue your points, you are able to discuss in a respectful manner, people, and you master your subject, people will just respect you, and it won't be hard to lead. Even I've led 65-year-old, olds in my organization, and it's been amazing, and it's even more amazing when you go to a board meeting. Most of the times, I think all the boards I've actually been privileged to work with tend to be much older folks who've probably retired from great corporate careers, and the understanding of your subject matter helps you. It just gives you favor in front of those guys to be able to. They know what you're talking about.
You're the
And they have
expert in the room.
Yeah, and they give you the backing. So, and these people want. It's almost like they want to bless that generation. Yani, they give you guidance. There's some things, because of your young blood, you're boiling. You're going at 192 kilometers per hour, and some things want pole. And this wazes understand this thing, and they'll take you slowly. And you, on your wisdom, know how to pick these things. Yeah, and God will help you discern what is good, what you can sieve. Not all. You don't always take all advice, Yeah, I normally say as long as you come from a point of information and you have 90% of what you need to make a decision, just take the decisions. We'll correct as we go by. You know, some decisions will be good, some decisions will have a problem, but they won't have a problem as to make the company fall. You know? Yeah, and that's the other problem with probably most leaders. We want it to be perfect. We want to create a plan that is 100%. So that tukienda tumeenda, there's nothing like that. Keep improving as you go.
Ultimately, when all this is done,
Yeah.
what do you want to be remembered for?
So what I would tell a young Turk, a young person coming into, you know, probably going through school or even going into the job market and want to mark themselves as a great leader that, you know, was passed through the face of the earth, is to know that you can actually be whatever it is that you want to be. Yeah, you are your own limit. Okay, and don't be afraid to ask. Put yourself out there. Yeah. Sometimes they say luck favors opportunities favors. That English is very hard, but yeah, they're prepared. Yeah. So if you are prepared at any point in time, try to understand your subject matter, be good at what you do, and do it like you're doing it for God. Never do it like you're doing it for man or to impress anyone. Give it your all. The rest of the things fall in place, and keep God at the center of what you're doing. The rest will just work out. And while at it, ni fupi maisha. Enjoy it. Enjoy the journey. Yeah, enjoy the journey.
Amen.
Yeah.
So what do you want to be remembered for?
I think my biggest satisfaction would be remembered as a loving husband and a great dad to my kids. And that even though I changed how leadership is looked at in the country, I didn't just win out there, but I won at home as well. That for me, if it's written, that's it. That's success for me. That's my definition. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
I think the thing that I've picked from our discussion really is that at the end of the day, all these are just platforms. And that God, this faith can hold you in the hard times, and it can also hold you in sunshine.
Absolutely.
In the good times. But I think we must make that decision to remember that everything you have is just a platform. And that this life is not all there is. What is worth living for is the cause of Christ.
Absolutely.
That is what is worth living
Absolutely.
for. God bless you, and let's see you next week. Bye.
Thank you.